Oh, so what's going on, boys and potatoes? My name is Poden, more Battlefield 4 Beta Master. Sure thing, guys. So, AK-12. First gun everybody tried using, admit it, don't lie. And considered borderline OP. I have a lot of people saying, Pone, do you think the AK-12 is OP? And even me for a minute, for the entire beta so far, has thought that there may be some sort of a damage glitch or something off with it. Because I feel that people shoot me with one bullet with the AK-12 way too much. Like, way too damn much. And it just naturally feels like I pump somebody full of, 5-10 shots, and then they die. And every once in a while, I die by, like, just one shot, and it's always this weapon. So it always confused me. I don't know if there's a damage bug, head glitch, or they just happen to get the right amount of headshots. The gun's just that easy to use, the right amount of vertical recoil or something. I wasn't sure what to think about this weapon. I always just thought it was a little busted in some form, some way. I don't know. I've not done my research on it. I've not tested around with it. I just used it occasionally because, well, it's, in my opinion, the best gun in the beta right now. There are other guns, Now, I want to talk about this because a lot of people have been saying, "Hey, Paul, do you think it's a beta? Do you think it's going to be Trager's fix?" No. I think OP weapons stay in games. They're intentionally put there by the developers. My theory behind this is they want playability. They want people to be able to just, with ease, come in and pick up and play their game. It's safe to say 95% of people are, that you would consider an average gamer, would get massacred by a very skilled gamer. So what they do, when the majority of people are not on the skill level as those few people, like, and there's a good chance you're going to have one or two good players in each lobby, like great players, that there's a good chance that they need to throw in an overpowered weapon or two. Usually it's about 2 weapons in most FPSs, because that kind of levels the playing field. What it does is it rewards the players that are not as good as those other ones, and it kind of makes them believe that they're better than what they really are. And I'm not trying to say that to disappoint anybody, because most of you probably fall under that category. I'm not trying to insult anyone, but this is a tactic in a shooter. So if the AK-12 is nerfed, or it stays the same, is not my decision, but I think it will stay how it is right now. I don't think it's, I guess, OP right now. It's really easy to use. It's really strong. So in this situation, I think it'd be the fan favorite. The Scar H is great in the right hands. It's similar to the G3A3, but you could have said the same thing before. Nobody would argue that the M16 and AEK were the best guns in the game back in BF4. And they were going to stay that way because they need, as developers, they need people to keep playing their game. If everybody just had to use the PP2000 and BF3, a lot of people would be getting pooped on, and they are afraid that that would push them away from their game if they're not performing to the level they want to. So I find that guns like the AK-12 need to stay in the game. The ease of use, the fact that they're strong, and it feels rewarding for average players to have great games. And that's what these overpowered guns bring to these FPS titles is a reward. That's what made Call of Duty successful. It's not like its gameplay was just excruciatingly good. It was because you felt like you did something good when you earned a kill streak or a nuke. You were rewarded for your awesome moments. And that's kind of what overpowered weapons do. It makes you feel good about something you've done. I feel it's just a crutch. It naturally just allows you to, like I said, it's a guise. It makes you feel or look like you're doing better than what you're actually skilled at. But again, I mean, nobody's here to play competitive. Most people play it casually, so it's not a big deal. I find the best way to actually train yourself is to give yourself an inferior weapon and learn to outthink and outplay the other person, because when you're handicapped, you start to play a lot better. You start to think a little bit more because you know you're at a natural disadvantage. So, some people think OP weapons need to be in gaming for the casual players. Others don't. I mean, I'd like it to not be, but if I wanted to, I could just play competitive. You're not going to deal with that. So, do I think the AK-12 is going to be nerfed, or do you think there's going to be overpowered weapons? Yes. That's just going to happen, and it's not going to ever be nerfed, and for the longest time I was just hoping and praying it would. But I've come to the realization that that's just how the developers think now. They need those kind of weapons in their game for people to play them and keep playing them. So that's where I stand. Leave your opinion down below. Do you think my theory's correct? Can you get behind it? Do you have your own theory? Let me know! Stay moist, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. Awesome to the max.